all the productivity gurus have carved out in stone and said, this is the way, this is the way. And chill, like chill. All right, hello and welcome back to another video. So in the previous video, I was talking about gamifying your life. So there's one aspect of our life that everyone seems to recommend when they're talking about transformation, mindset mastery, and getting more fulfillment out of life. I've committed to doing this practice daily for the last probably 15 years, and it's one of the most eye-opening mind-body connections that one can indulge in, and that is journaling. Now, so many people are talking about journaling and how it's a part of their daily routine. But journaling, I want to let you know that journaling isn't hard, and I don't want you to force journaling anymore. A lot of people are saying that or expressing how they have to add journaling to their routine, but it isn't something you have to force. It's actually something that you should enjoy. It felt so relieving when I realized this, and that's journaling for you can actually be joyful. Journaling isn't hard. You're just doing it like it's homework, and it's not. And that's why you keep avoiding it, you put it off, or you're making it a performance based task, which is probably why you procrastinate on it, don't do it at all, or you don't feel the connection when you do it. Somewhere along the way, the guidance to journal, and everyone who usually speaks of journaling, their whole spiel is productivity. And so when the productivity gurus and know-hows and change makers are yelling from the rooftop to journal, it feels like they have taught it from the perspective of it's a performance. It's something you do that you need to learn how to do. It's something that has turned to it needing to be perfect when that's literally the exact opposite. It doesn't need to be perfect. It doesn't need to be aesthetic. And it's definitely not something you have to keep up. You have to keep up with. It's something you should do because you enjoy it. And that's where the keeping up just naturally occurs. And that's how in 15 years you're going to say, I've journaled for 15 years. All of the perfection, the aesthetic parts of journaling, it has literally made the point of journaling be missed. And a lot of you have fallen into the trap of like, it's just another chore. It's just another supplement. It's just a supplement in written form, just like meditation, breath work, and all of these other chores that you must do at 5 a.m. that all the productivity gurus have, carved out in stone and said, this is the way, this is the way. And chill, like chill. And I think a lot of those aspects are come across as very masculine. And when you are a woman or when you journal, I think that's more of a the feminine aspect of us, if that makes sense. Like masculine is just doing. Journaling is more feeling, it's more emotional, it's more mind body connection. When you put pen to paper specifically, there is a mind body connection that occurs, and it creates neural pathways in you, and it allows you to express yourself even if you're just expressing gratitude. Right now the birds are chirping. I always say the birds are my cheerleaders. A couple videos ago the birds were my haters, and they like all try to take a girl out, try to take a sister out. But nonetheless, like writing that in my journal, and it also helps with you being more present and wanting to pay attention so you can have substance. But let's hold on, let me back up and let me make sure I say this. Journaling is not a performance. Stop it. You are not performing. It's not for anyone else to read. You don't even have to read it, because journaling is a reflection that connects your mind and your body. That's all it is. When something feels like a task, you're going to want to resist it, even if it's good for you. We know there are so many benefits to journaling, but it's a task. Like I said, like the other things on the list, it's like, ugh, okay, so you're a procrastinator, you're an overthinker, you're fear-led, whatever the case is, you're going to make up an excuse to not do journaling, or you're going to be so rigid in journaling that you miss the creative part. For me personally, I've had seasons where journaling felt heavy, like something I was failing at, like I was there's a certain part, if I were to go back and look, I don't remember the exact years or months or whatever, but I was using my journal to write the day's task list. And that's okay. That's where my mind was. And that kept me sane for the most part. But I was still missing that part that I did in the beginning that I've now started back doing, which is just talking. yapping, but in written form about whatever it is I want, whatever it is I chose, devoid of all that productivity hacks and all that stuff like that. They do serve its purpose, but like I said, in this process, in journaling, I wanted to find the joy in it. So for me, it's no longer a daily perfection, something that I need to cross off my task list. It's something that I voluntarily do, and I enjoy it. I prioritize it because it's a wonderful morning connection for me. Sometimes the entries are long, sometimes the entries are short. If I have time to only write just a sentence, that's what I do. It is what it is. I don't do it for aesthetics. Yeah, I would like to do make it pretty. My hand, I write in cursive, and my handwriting, you know what I mean? Like I'm not. It's not perfectly curated. It's just my thoughts shared on paper. And also, when I do it, I don't cross it out of off of a task list because it's not proof of productivity. It's simply where I am honest, where I get honest. Is where I notice patterns, and it's also where I process instead of carrying everything. And it's, oh my God, it's so relieving. I really, really want to just to journaling. So, what does joyful journey actually look like? Like I just said, lower the bar. Okay, lower the bar. Number one, lower the bar. Sometimes it's one sentence. Sometimes my journal is 4 pages. It just depends. When it's 4 pages, it's a brain dump. When it's one sentence, it could be a brain dump. Or both could be just me expressing gratitude and all of the in between. Life is so beautiful. There are so many things I want to just express, and my journal is where I do that. Some days is nothing. I'm like, I'm here. I literally will write, I'm here and I'm enjoying this about it. Or I had some food earlier and it was good. Or I saw some a bluebird and it was beautiful. Literally. I want you to realize that journaling is about you building awareness, not a streak. So this is how you change how you journal so that you can find more joy in it. So first you need to write. So these are some ways where you can like switch it up if you want to inject more joy in journaling. Of course you can write. You can also do voice notes. Video diaries are really good. Those really help me out at a certain time in my life. They can be messy. Your journal could just be thoughts, questions about a specific thing that you want to just write about. That's it. That's all you need. If you need prompts, there are so many great prompted journals if you haven't never journaled before. But if you have, these type of prompts really work to get you started and get your juices just flowing. I want you to ask better questions or answer these questions, wherever you are that day, that moment. Like, what felt off today? What energized you, or what took energy away? What did you avoid? Did you press close on the elevator when somebody you knew was coming because they they're a yapper, and you was like, I don't feel like talking on this elevator today. You really was pressing close, pretending like you were pressing open. Put that in your journal. There are no rules. And what exactly do you need right now? What actually do you need right now? You can write stuff. You can write all those things because answering those questions, that's where clarity comes from. So journaling is how I also just started tracking my game. In the video before, I was talking about gamifying your life and the benefits. Not perfectly, just honestly. And really because I want my rewards, because I have some real good rewards and I can't wait to share with y'all, because as long as I complete my levels and do what I can on my inputs, I get a certain type of reward. But if I reach my outcome goals, I get a different type of reward. So yeah, that excites me. So for the final reflection, I just want to reiterate, you don't need to journal every day. But once you find it joyous and something that you look forward to doing it, you're going to do it without it even being on your task list. It's just going to be like brushing your teeth. Do you have to brush your teeth on your task list? Absolutely not, because it's something you should do. And once you get the rhythm of the mind-body connection that journaling offers, you're going to see the benefits, and you're going to you're waiting for it in the morning, the evening, throughout the day. There's no time period. Also, there's no time period for you to journal. It's up to you. It's when you have time to do it. One sentence, one paragraph, one page, a book, whatever, however much you need to write, however much time you have to write, however little time you have to write in your journal. That's the time that you journal. So if you've been listening to the productivity hackers and you feel like they're forcing journal down your throat, I want you to try to make it lighter by using the tips I just shared in today's video. And if you want structure around this, something that actually helps you reflect, track, and stay consistent, that's exactly why I created the Start Before You're Ready 7-day challenge, so that you can prioritize one thing, one thing in one area of your life to build, to enhance any area you please, whether it is health and wellness, whether it is business or your job slash career, or whether it's mental clarity or life cleanup, whatever, whichever area it may be. Do it for 7 days. Even if you are, oh, okay. So side note, one thing I do in my homeschool is we do copy work. So I have lower elementary age children. So in copy work, you literally will read something, you'll talk about it, and you'll literally just copy the work. You'll copy. So if you've read a good book and you don't know what to journal about, highlight a page or a paragraph in whatever you're reading, a book, a poem, a essay, whatever it is you're reading, and just copy that. Just do it. It'll light up something in you. And then next thing you know, your pen is just going and flowing. That's that like breakthrough where you get into flow state. I'm telling you, I don't care what they say. It's not a task that you have to do. It's something you must do. But you have to inject the joy and keep it light and reflective and not productivity, bruh, 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 and more feminine, more soft, more you. You feel me? All right. So, anyways, the Start Before You're Ready 7-day challenge is linked in the description. It's free. Sign up for it, and yeah, let's get started. I really want you to be. I really want you to have more connection, more fulfillment out of this life, and I truly believe that journaling is the way. I think that the approach has just been wrong for too long. So, hopefully, you found today's video valuable. If you have, girl, please subscribe. My name is Sis Spivey J. I hope you have a beautiful day. Peace. You're beautiful. I hope you know